Spencer Yates says, hello, Dutch and James. Bad news, Alan is one of the wrestlers who was universally respected among other wrestlers. I was wondering if you were ever around Bad News, Alan. No, I think we already discussed this. You weren't, were you? There's a follow-up question. No, so there's a follow-up question. I always found it funny that he had a feud in WWE against Ken Patera. They billed Alan as a street thug, but in reality, Alan had won a bronze medal in judo in the 1976 Olympics, and they billed Ken Patera as an Olympic hero, even though he was too hungover to do anything at the 1972 Olympics, and had just done 2 years in the clink before this feud. Any memories or thoughts of Ken?
What do you say about Ken? Ken was what?
He was too hungover to achieve anything.
Yeah,
with the
I got that.
Olympics.
And I never heard that story. What was the right before then? Right before Ken Patera? What's this?
Oh, they billed Alan, Bad News Alan, as a street thug, but Bad News Alan was an Olympian in judo.
Yeah, and they billed what? Ken Patera as what?
As an Olympic hero, and he didn't medal at all, and he was too hungover to place. Well,
oh, okay.
How many times have you met Ken over the years?
Couple times. Not much. Not much. He was quiet guy. I met him I think they used him in Memphis a couple of times when Memphis was trying to do the Minneapolis thing, but they tried to join forces against the WWE.
Pro Wrestling USA. Yeah.
Oh, and that didn't work at all. But even though I'm thinking, how would this work? I think, it didn't make sense to me because the territories were really so different, even in presentation. Because Minneapolis did a lot of wrestling. That was the farthest thing on Memphis's mind. It was, let's do something. Let's start a big brawl and just, let's bring in some baseball bats in a car and let's set somebody on fire or drop them out of the ceiling. Anything that you could keep them watching that TV. Minneapolis, they like to do like controlled announcing. Yeah, this is Ken so-and-so from Minneapolis. But it wasn't like, it wasn't like Lance Russell. It was just different. So that didn't work out. So, and I'm glad because I didn't want to be making it. I didn't like anything up north that had a ring to it of being cold. I hate being in cold weather.
Do you know, because that's a good point you bring up. I know you don't like Pro Wrestling USA because for some reason they just jobbed you out to Harley Race in 2 minutes. We saw that a few weeks ago. We did the watch along.
You just had to show it. You just had to show it, didn't you?
You insisted. No, you didn't insist. I insisted. But it was fun to watch. But is that one of the reasons you think that, among many, that Pro Wrestling USA just didn't work whatsoever? Was not only just too many, cooks in the kitchen kind of thing with their own opinions, but there are just too many disparate styles of what wrestling should be in the minds of the head collaborators.
Yeah.
So how would that work on a national basis? So you've got Memphis guy versus Ken Patera the next. How would that even work across the board?
I don't know. Apparently, it didn't even work in the creative rooms. Jerry Jarrett was pretty creative. Nick Bockwinkel, to me, I don't think in the long run in Memphis, I thought he would have died in Memphis. Unless he'd have had to do go in there and do some of that crazy stuff. And I don't think Nick was crazy about that style. He wanted to wrestle. And, of course, up there, he could wrestle. But down in Memphis, if he wanted to draw any money, he'd have to open it up. I mean, now they tried to hold the earlier matches down in Memphis because that was all the later matches were. It was just a wild, out of control fight. But it worked in Memphis. I don't think it would work in Minneapolis. They would have to be brought into it a little more gradually.
Would the opposite work in AWA? Did you ever hear of any Memphis guys or anything like that go up there, do their thing, everyone loved it? Or did they just hate it because they expected Nick
No,
cuddling?
Lawler went up there and he did his Lawler stuff. I guess they liked it okay. But I didn't hear him drawing any sellouts up there or anything. But wrestling has a certain style in every place you go, and you got to assist. And when you go in there, you got to work the style of the territory for a while anyway. See, that's why you didn't get guys like, say, Abdullah in Minneapolis, because he has that wide open style. I don't think Brody, he may have been in there. He wasn't there long. Or Hanson.
He was a former AWA champion briefly.
But long time ago. That was like 10 or 15 years before they tried to join up in Memphis, I think.
I've got a fun fact for you, and we're going to leave it on this. I can only find
Will
two.
I throw the flag on this one?
No, this is a quiz question for you. So,
okay.
Pro Wrestling USA taping that you lost to Harley Racing.
Yes.
You wrestled twice that night. Do you remember the other person you wrestled and lost to?
I lost twice in one night?
Oh, God, yeah.
In Memphis, the main town.
Mid-South Coliseum, you lost
no
again.
Shit. And I'm saying, guys, wait a minute. I know what you're trying to do. And I kept bringing this up. Why are you beating me? Not one time was enough. Oh, well, that's the world champion. I said, I don't give a shit. He's not known here as the world champion. We don't have a world champion except for Lawler. And, he had everything. Who was the other one I lost to?
He wasn't a Memphis regular either.
Who was he?
Former NWA champion.
Funk?
Dory Funk Jr.
Oh, what I lost. Oh. Well, no wonder. I lost. Hey, here's a great, if we hadn't already exposed it, that's a great trivia question. Who lost 2 falls in the same night to 2 former world champions in his own territory?
Don't write in, everybody. You probably know the answer after that.
Yes.
But there you go. There's a nice little trivia fact.
Wait a minute. How long did me and Dory go?
Doesn't say. It just says that you were defeated. But it says Harley Race was 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So we don't know. We just know if you're going to lose to 2 people, though, unless it's in Memphis.
I still remember Jerry, and I love Jerry, and I remember what he was trying to do. So I went along with it. I kind of made it a joke and went on. I went, damn, one time's not enough for you. I got to do it again. I said, why did you needed to take bets on this, Jerry? If I'd already lost to Harley, what if you said, I bet Dutch gets beat again? Oh, I'll bet, they won't beat him twice in one night. They're not that stupid. I said, hell, you could have made some money tonight. But this time, what did I lose to a Harley Race on the first one? What did he do?
I don't know. Did he suplex you? It's probably just a suplex and a pin.
I think he just suplexed me, a little one.
A suplex, maybe.
Oh, yeah. And I think Dory probably put spinning a forward leg lock on me, or
the leg hump.
Bigger four.
I still think that's the worst finisher of all time.
The leg hold.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Well, folks, I've done it all. So
there you go. You've had your leg humped many times.
I played the game and I've lost the game. So, but that's what they do sometimes.